I'm Kay and I'm back with another Mixed Media Mayhem Friday for you guys, and today is actually our hop for today. This layout is created by Rika Kovasin. I believe, I apologize if I am butchering the name. We are also combining this with Color Craze, we being Janet Fritz and myself. These are some of the supplies that I have picked out, but instead of talking about the supplies, I really want to talk about the Facebook YouTube hop for Mixed Media Mayhem. So actually, I have a couple bats here that are from Some Assemblage Required, and I'm just showing you guys that they're glossy on one side and matte on the other, so it depends on which one you want to use. I do end up not using those bats because they tend to be a little bit too big for what I was going for. I also have some felt pieces by Pear Tree. Cut files. Then I have some fencing by Some Assemblage Required. That is on the new wood that is available in the shop. And then from Creative Memories, I have this one sticker piece that I thought would be pretty cool on this layout. And then there's a couple other elements on this sticker sheet. These are uber old. Back when they had the Cheerful collection, I loved the Cheerful collection from Creative Memories. Anyways, I have 3 photos of my daughter and her Halloween friends going out trick-or-treating. And then from Karen Foster, again, dating myself, uber old, like epoxy ribbon and a ribbon slide for it was the last one that I owned, and I'm going to try to use it up. And then I have some uber old brads. I believe these are from, that company. Oh my gosh, you guys, I totally forgot what it was called. It's not Echo Park. It's the other one, but they make fabric now. Anyways, and then thickers, I have this one sticker sheet. It's called Mwahaha. I absolutely love these thickers. As soon as I think of the name, I will tell you what the name is of those brads. And then from Stampin' Up, I have this gorgeous star paper from Simple Stories, the new October 31st collection. I have this beautiful paper. Look at that. It matches the color scheme beautifully. Oh my gosh. I could not believe when I pulled out that paper and I thought, look, it's already done. And then, of course, to map my photos, I have this Stampin' Up paper that has flowers and spider webs and bats and all sorts of collage-y stuff inside there. And then it's just black stripe, but I'm going to definitely be using the orange pieces. Okay, so back to Mixed Media Mayhem hop. The last Friday of every month over on our Facebook channel or our Facebook group, we do a hop and we present we post the layout that we are going to be lifting, and we do contact the person whose layout we are going to be lifting, and we turn around and we ask permission if we can feature your layout in a hop, and everybody can join in. So not just the main folks that put on the Mixed Media Mayhem YouTubers or Instagrammers, but we ask everybody to join in, and then we open up a album for everybody to share their take on the hop and this particular, for today, it's Rika's layout. And so anyways, thank you, Rika, for allowing us to take your inspiration and run with it. Now, I have to tell you guys that I did not do any painting on my paper because my layout was already, or my base piece was already distressed and I don't know, it's not really mixed media, but it was distressed enough for me to not have to do any of that stuff. Well, one of the things that I totally forgot about, because I was thinking of bats and flying animals and things, was the stamping. So I went really quickly into my stash and pulled out the Spooky Sweets from Stampin' Up! For the bats and the cloudy looking thing. And then from close to my heart, this Wicked stamp set that is uber old, you guys. I go ahead and I share with you guys the names of these stamps. So if you want to do some research and look in Etsy, or I'm sorry, eBay and whatnot for these stamps, you can. I'm sure people are moving them out of their stash as we speak. But truth be told, I just don't know. I saved stamps from years back just because of the fact that I really enjoy some of the stamps that I've collected over the years. Okay, so what I did was I grouped my photos together, and now I am assuming that all this stamping is going to be enough to peek behind my photo. I don't want too much. But in all honesty, I just like every other mixed media, it's all going to get covered up. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I definitely should have went a little bit higher with this stamping. So I'm using Campfire, that Campfire one. It's not Rustic Campfire, which is what I always want to try it. Crackling Campfire in Distress Oxide. I really liked how that turned out. It wasn't as dark as the Distress ink was, and so I really like the Oxide one. So I'm going to go ahead and I outlined where my photos were going to be before I started my stamping. That way I could put some hexagons above and below my photos, but I didn't want them to be way above my photos or way below. However, my element that I wanted for, my main element for my embellishment was so big, I did not take that into consideration, so I had to shift everything over, so most of this stamping does get covered up. All right, so there are a circle element going all the way across Rika's layout, and what I'm doing here is I'm replacing the circles with these bats. So I just wanted the bat layout, and then of course I don't have a teeny tiny little photo like that. I've got two rather large photos. So truth be told, I'm not going to have as many circles or as many elements floating across my page. And then of course, to add just a little bit, which you can't even see it in the end, I took this, I think it's, oh my gosh, Stacked Straws. I don't know, you guys. Oh, I love the names of his inks. But yeah, I just took this really dark yellow and inked it up a little bit more just to give the bats something in the background. That was all that I did. Okay, so here's where my photos were supposed to go. You can see all the mixed media. It is absolutely beautiful. I love seeing all this mixed media. And then of course I pulled out all of the bats that I wanted to use from the felt collection from Pear Tree. And then I went ahead and took off the epoxy ribbon from Karen Foster's packaging. And then I had to figure out what I was going to do really quickly before deciding, exactly what was going on. I've got my brads and my fencing and all the elements that I wanted to put on this page. However, I just don't know how it's all going to work just yet, going with the linear line across the center of the page, which is what is in Rika's layouts. She's got that linear line, and then some of it goes up, but not all of it. So here's the main element that I wanted to use was this gorgeous moon and this really cool tree, but it only looks good on the left side. I tried to put it on the right. I didn't like it on the right. It only looked good on the left. So now I have to shift everything, and look at that. I cover up most of my mixed media. All the stamping that I just did, everything, because I shifted everything, now it's all covered up. So it is what it is. It happens from time to time, and I'm okay with that. I really am. I know where, what I want to use on the layout, and so that's where, that's where it comes from. So to help with this epoxy ribbon. It is a strange ribbon, you guys. I do wish she'd come out with some more. I don't even know if Karen Foster is still making scrapbooking elements or anything like that, but her stuff was cool. Her stuff was unique and very cool, and I really enjoyed it. So anyways, I've got this ribbon going on, and I went ahead and I put some score tape behind it to help me seal it up and hopefully keep it flat, because it is definitely it's been in that packaging for years, and I'm not kidding, probably 2007 years. And so it definitely had some crease marks in it. Okay, another element that I'm going to be borrowing from Rika's layout is her tags in the background. Now, this is another element that definitely covers up my mixed media, because the tags have to go above and below my photo, at least my main photo. I'm not going to make it go above and below all my photos, but just my main photo. And then when I do that, I just totally ignore the fact that I did all that stamping in the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and just take from this, our inspiration layout, what I want. And instead of using my distress tool, I'm just using my fingers because I don't really know exactly how much is going to be seen. So this one particular tag, and I'm just ripping, you guys, it's a Halloween layout. I'm not even concerned about cutting and anything like that. So I am taking, my fingers and just scuffing up the edges because, again, I don't know exactly what is going on with anything. In all honesty, it's just like, did I really have a plan for this layout? Because I'm not so sure just yet. One thing after another, in all honesty, I have no idea what happened with this layout. And then I want 2 more tags, so I went ahead and I cut the tag toppers from the top and the bottom. And now I'm just going to try to rip it. I didn't want to cut out another 12-inch piece from my paper if I'm just going to cover up most of it with the photo. So I thought, I could just have a top and a bottom and nothing in the middle. But I did need that one piece going down that one edge, so it's all the way off the side. And then this piece, this part right here, I cut out most of it because I was trying to be tricky and glue everything together, but I just didn't have enough glue on my foam. And then the liquid glue doesn't stick right away. It's one of those where you have to wait for it to dry type of deal. And so that kept falling off, and just, oh my goodness, one thing after another. Seriously, it was not going my way. And then I couldn't line up the bottom pieces just right. And when I did line up the bottom pieces, that one tiny little piece that's supposed to be for the center tag just keeps getting covered up. It's like, just one struggle after another. I thought I cut it all out, but it looks like I left my struggles in there. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Really. But and then I debated, do I even need it in there? Look, it fell apart again. Okay, let's just put it on the layout. Let's just be done. There we go. All done. Went ahead and put the gang over there, standing next to the Headless Horseman on my, these were 2 random photos. One is all the girls walking over to the trick-or-treat lane. It's all the cars park across the street, and we cover up the entire park over by the lake. And what we do is, I say we, like I don't do it. I've never parked a car over there, but the car has its spot, and you're supposed to decorate the trunk of the car and pass out the candies from the trunk. And it's way better than everybody going from mile to mile because our houses are so far spread out. So trick-or-treating from house to house, we all get together at the lake and trick-or-treat from trunk to trunk. And it's gotten so big and so elaborate that people have actually, like this scene right here of The Wizard of Oz, the car is off to the side and it houses all of the candy, but they made the yellow brick road. They've got the golden or the emerald gates up and all that good stuff in their allotted area, but they didn't decorate the car. Like they've got, I don't know if you can see in the corner right there, they've got one of the flying monkeys all dressed up. It's just amazing, you guys, all of it. There's a guy brings out one of his classic cars and he does like a 50s diner look, and the car is just a decoration part for him to pass out candy. It doesn't have anything to do with the trunks anymore. People have just gone above and beyond, for the kids to do this whole trick-or-treat thing. And we love it every year. It is a blast going on. The radio station is their advertising, and they go from now it's more booth to booth rather than trunk to trunk, and just especially when it's sponsored. So if it's sponsored by a company or anything like that, then we've got loaders out there that have their buckets up in the air and they're holding, something like they dug up a grave or something like that. It's just the coolest things, you guys. And so the radio station goes from trunk to trunk and kind of interviews everybody, and everybody that didn't get to go can hear what kind of booths were out there and stuff, and just super fun stuff, you guys. And no matter how old my kids get, they love going just to see just to see the cars, just to see what everybody's done. I go for the decorations. I don't go for the candy. I go straight up for the decorations because they're amazing. All right, so I'm going to finish this layout off now that I finally have given up on the whole Mixed Media Mayhem dealio, but you know, I did it. It's there. If you want to lift up a photo and take a peek, I give up. But I am gluing on all of my felt bats, and now I'm taking the bats from my Creative Memories sticker sheet and adding those to them because I just realized that there are bats on that sheet. I didn't see them before because you get so blindsided in what you want to use that you really don't look at the sticker sheet as a whole. At least that's me. And then I have these brads that I'm going to go ahead and add only because of the fact that one of them says boo, which I thought was really cute. And the other one is just a cute little pumpkin. So I will go ahead and add that one as well. And I take the prongs off and go ahead and add some foam back behind the brads because sometimes the backing portion of the brad is a little bit inset. And so the foam helps not need the poking or not needing to set flat. So the foam helps it set flat. And then for the smaller ones, because I can't get foam that small, I go ahead and actually poke those in and push them through. I forgot that my photo was popped up, so I had to actually poke really, really hard to get it way down in there on the photo when I went and put it on the photo. And then I just use my pokey tool, the back side of it, to push down and make sure that the prongs lay nice and flat. And then last but not least, I'm going to add a black splatter to this layout just to make it look a little bit more, I don't know, it's almost like little bats are flying in the background type of deal. You know, just the splatter fills in the gaps. I know I've said that before, but it just feels like it fills in the gaps. And then to add to my haunted slider, my ribbon slider that just says the word haunted, I wanted to add something else, and I'm finally going to use the mwahaha word. I love that word so much, and I just couldn't decide what layout I really wanted to use it on, but this was perfect. I absolutely loved this one. And to finish it off, I'm going to add a little bit of white splatter. I feel like that definitely adds to a portion of this layout, even though I don't have any white whatsoever. But I love the way that this turned out. I love how it looks. Even though my mixed media and all that hard work that I did at the very beginning got covered up, you can see some of it. It's still peeking out here and there and everywhere. You can see the bats in the background. I am a-okay with how this turned out, you guys. It took me a long time to figure it out, but I really like the elements that I took from Rika's layout and brought them into my layout. So thank you, Rika, again for allowing us to use your layout as inspiration for this hop. I do look forward to seeing how everyone else uses your layout. Please be sure to check out Janet Fritz. She is also joining me for Mixed Media Mayhem and The Color Craze. And also to check out everybody's link down below and see who all is hopping along with Mixed Media Mayhem for today. Also, check out the Facebook group. That link is down below as well to see who played along with Rika's layout. So that way, we can all check out everybody's creations and see how much or how little we used today for Mixed Media. All right. Thank you so much, and I will check y'all later. Bye.